Y'all like my new T-shirt here? Hold on 1 second. Let me clue in my Facebook folks. Hold on a second. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. What's good? Facebook. What's up? Y'all see my? Hey, YouTube. Hold on a second. Let me get my Facebook. What's up, Facebook? Y'all y'all like my election day T-shirt? It says I don't qualify to be a Democrat. Now I've actually written an article about that goes with this T-shirt. It's on my Facebook page, but if you'd like a copy of that it's written in my newsletter and what's that, Rico the Opinionist. It's a newsletter that I still write. If you'd like a copy of that newsletter that has the meaning behind this T-shirt, just send your boy Cash App $5 and put your email address in dollars and put in the description box your email address. I'll be more than happy to send a copy of the newsletter that I wrote that explains this T-shirt. I don't qualify to be a Democrat. I have a whole for this T-shirt. That is Cash App. It's in the description box. $ Rico the Opinionist. That's OPINIONIST. And also Zelle. I think it's my email address, Ricoinnorthmemphis at hotmail.com. Sometimes you may need my phone number, but I don't know. If you have Zelle, if you have Cash App, if you like the whole article that I wrote that goes T-shirt saying I don't qualify to be a Democrat, hit your boy up Cash App and the Zelle. Both of them are on the Facebook and it's on the YouTube in the description box. All right, I want to get to it on this election day. Please, if you're a registered voter, go out and vote today for whoever you want to. I hope that's always been my message, because up until now we both sides we've talked about the pros and cons of each candidate, but for somehow this year people have played extra dirty. They act a fool in 2020, but this year people played extra dirty. They really went for the juggler for the candidate, and and as usual, the reason I'm about to go hard on the Democratic Party is because uh, black people for 60 years have voted over 93% for Democrats and have yielded little to no results or little to no reciprocity for our votes. And I don't understand why that's such a difficult reality for so many of us who are black, foundational black Americans in this country, to really grasp. Now I understand the old black, they just old and they're set in their ways, and they have this bad thing, this horrible thing about listening to younger people. I'm talking about people, these blacks that are over 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. They still live in the old civil rights dream. Those who are under 50, they live a different reality to my old black folks. And y'all need to start voting on behalf of our young people. That's the way I voted. I voted on behalf of people. I'm 55. And I've always said I don't want to become one of those old, cantankerous, set in his ways old black dudes. Because I grew up around a lot of, grew up seeing a lot of these old black dudes. Even in my age group, it's a lot of cantankerous old 55, 58, 54, 50-year-old black men and women. It's not a good look when you get older. You're supposed to be happier as you get older, or you're supposed to be a wise elder as you get older, but not some kind of condemning, cantankerous old fool. So, especially when it comes to politics, right? And Black America, if you didn't see my video on yesterday, it's on my Facebook page. It'll be on it for the next 30 days, but it's on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. I thought I'd just vetted out everything I wanted to talk about, but today I'll become very specific. There's a piece in my video from yesterday that I mentioned, but I didn't go in hard enough, and that was D.L. Hughley's black man subject. His black man subject. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. His Black Man Summit on that damn network, Beige Entertainment Television, Broke Entertainment Television, what's it called? It Black Entertainment, Tell Her Nothing. That shattered network. Hold on a second, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Please share, subscribe. Facebook, do the same. Share it. People can follow me if they want to. It's up to you. Hell, I don't care. But what really kind of stuck out the most, somebody said, Doug Zelle said BET is garbage. It is. It's trash. That's on my YouTube. But shout out to YouTube. But BET is trash. And it's really not a useful tool for black folks. But my purpose this morning is to encourage you to go out and vote. Vote if you want to. Because trust me, a lot of us have really pushed for the person that we want to see in the president's office. We've done that. And best of luck to everybody. Number two, the fact that Black America is so split because of these doggone political parties that I know it's kind of tough last year. I mean, last 4 years when there was a presidential election, us to apologize and make up for the things said. But I don't know about this time because it's been some really ugly things said. Not to other blacks because we decided that we didn't want to be Democrats. I started a Democrat in 2016, officially 2016. And I'm not going back. When you really just learn about what you're supposed to be getting from each political party, nationally or locally, you start thinking, wait a minute. And I spoke about this in depth on yesterday, about how people just tend to hand their votes over with nothing in return except for a dance, a concert, a speech. We just hand the vote over. Other groups, they have conversations with the same Democrats, other groups, Asians, LGBT, Jewish, Latino, Hispanic, Latino community, they have the same conversations with these same Democrat candidates, especially the black ones, but they talk about economics, they talk about the rebuilding of structures to these groups. They talk about passing laws that'll benefit and progress their groups. Like the anti-hate Asian crime bill. Latinos got all kinds they got the Dreamer stuff. Got all kinds of bills and laws passed that benefit them. No, it's like putting meat between two slices of bread. What we get is sandwiches from the Democrats. We get air sandwiches. Hell, we don't even get bread from them, no pun intended. And one thing about it, we don't make demands of politicians. The Democratic politician comes to black folks with stereotypes and weird jokes and just insults about the other aisle. And this year, it got even worse. They couldn't come up with any policy to shoot the black people. But they shot a lot of insults, racial accusations and insults to the other side, meaning they still under belief that only white people are Republicans. That is the most backwards and behind the times thinking that anybody can have. There are a lot of people who are not white who are Republicans. Did y'all know that? And we look at the history, the first political party that black people were Republican. So I don't understand. Every time you see a white person, a Republican, or Republican, you just think white. And I get it. When you go to these crowds, 98% Caucasian. But when you're not in the crowds and you walk around every day, there's people who are from India, they're Republicans, Hispanics, large group of Republicans. There are black people who are coming on slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, they're black Republicans. The thing is, why is it that because you're black and you're Republican, or like me, an independent, you get talked to crazy or you get ugly thoughts about? Because no, I don't sound like you anymore. I sound, black Republicans and black conservatives and independent candidates, we sound a little different than a lot of Democratic folks. They're still on that woe is me kind of language. The way the Democratic Party likes to see people. They like to see black people toothless and hungry and begging and divided against our own race because that's how they thrive. We know all white folks, white racism, white supremacy, Republicans. But one thing about it that's different than the Democratic Party is, they're about their money. You can jump on and get some of that money. You can run around here talking about still civil rights movement. That's all Democrats like to do is have galas, throw parties. They plenty of rhetoric. They talk smart as shit. What's up, Kenny Smith? What's good? Um, they're good at verb. They have this great knowledge of verbiage. They articulate very well. You know, as the statement in the song went, they talk loud, but they say nothing. Because whenever you vote for them, you're like, yes, our candidate won, our Democratic candidate won. Then you go back to your neighborhood and it's still a shithole 4 years later. Then they come back. While on the other side, those blacks don't live in these ghettos. They moved out. They were very lucky. They worked hard. They went to college. They went to the military. They created a business. And they moved out of the hood and they moved into Republican districts. I'm going to go back and keep talking about this. I'm going to go to my point in a minute, my title here. But it's still election day. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. But then these blacks who come up in life economically, the first thing you do is move to the ghetto, the Democratic strongholds. The Democratic Party has a stronghold on these hoods that we're so proud of, that has very little resources, very few systems that work in their favor. Crime, gangs, shootings, break-ins. And you did the right thing by earning your money, doing well on your job, doing education, getting the military retirement. You did right by coming up as relates to your income and getting the hell out of there. See, but this is where I have a problem with you blacks who move out of the ghetto. And when you move out of the ghetto, you move into a white suburb. You move into a white suburb. I'm going to say it again. You move into a white suburb where your little girl and your little boys grow up and go to these white schools that are well-funded. Crime is very minimal. They got all the Walmarts, the stores, the Kohl's, the Rosses, the Targets. You got all the amenities, the medical amenities. You got, what else you have? Different festivals and activities. It's awesome living in the suburb. It's quiet. Your neighborhoods, your streets are clean, attended. But these are Republican, for the most part, these are Republican neighborhoods that y'all move into. Then close your ears, you bring your black ass back to the ghetto and tell those poor people who are going through all this hell to vote for a Democratic candidate. Y'all gonna have to talk to me about this now. You have to explain yourself now. Because if you're sleeping Republican, why the fuck you keep talking Democrat? Y'all didn't hear me, did you? You go home every night to your beautiful, and let's say I'm in Dallas. You go home to your beautiful Frisco, Little M, Richardson, Garland, Plano. You live in Fort Worth, North Richland Hills, HEB, Hewlett, Bedford, Hearst. You go to these beautiful suburbs, and police don't play at all. Then you bring your ass to South Dallas and Oak Cliff and Memphis. So you leave South Memphis, you leave North Memphis, you leave Frazier, you leave Orange Mound, move your ass out to far deep Cordova, Arlington, Germantown, Lakeland, and Fayette County. You move out where you're in Eads to this quiet, beautiful, well-coiffed neighborhood, into Republican strongholds. Those districts out there are Republican represented and Republican strongholds. Those old mean-ass racist Republicans. You move your ass out there. Then you come back to Hollywood, Springdale, Mississippi and Walker, Crump. You come out to Lamar and Pendleton. You come out to Whitehaven. You come to Rains Road. You come out you go to Shelby Drive. You come out there and tell these folks to keep voting for these raglass Democratic politicians that keep these ghettos the ghetto. Y'all gonna have to talk to me about this two-faced, backstabbing, fork-tongued behavior. Then y'all send y'all kids to the white schools where they're funded and they got the sisters together. Y'all make sure y'all kids have everything. And that is not against the law. You're supposed to do better by your kids. Well, I'm talking politically. Why do y'all bring y'all ass back to the ghetto to tell them to keep voting for their destruction? That's the problem I have with black suburbanites. Y'all, you think you giving back to the hood? Yeah, you live in Arlington, or you live in here, Arlington, Texas. You live in Frisco. You live in Plano. You live in Louisville. You live in. I'm talking about the Dallas suburbs. Now I'm talking about the Memphis, Tennessee suburbs. I'm back and forth. Y'all come from all these places of comfort. Then you come back, you think you doing a black solid because you go still to your barber shop in the hood, you go to the barbecue place in the hood, you still go to church in the hood. That ain't giving back. That's almost like thumbing your nose up at people. So you're not helping the ghetto when you tell them politically to keep voting against themselves. What y'all don't want them to have what y'all have? Isn't that amazing? Am I falsely accused of something? You can tell me. Rico, you lying. I don't tell them to vote for no Democrats. Even though I sleep Republican every night and soundly, I don't come back and tell them to vote for no Democrats. Tell me if I'm lying now. Just let me know. Because I don't lie on people now. And if I have, let me apologize ahead of time. But I know I ain't lying. Because I live in reality. And Claude said, I wish they had like, had it like on the Brewster's Millions movie, vote for the above. And anybody want to, you voting today, y'all can write my name, and if you want to, under the write-in candidate, y'all can vote, write my name now. I don't mind. You might mess around in here, get one of these little damn seats. And I'll show y'all how it's supposed to be done. If not, I'll leave the office. So I wanted to continue to hammer in on that. You black suburbanites. And then a lot of y'all went to but send your kids to PWIs. I know I'll be on y'all ass about that. But y'all the ones yelling Wakanda when the Black Panther movie was out. So I'm following your lead. You said you wanted Wakanda. Well, Wakanda, I didn't see no PWIs or nobody all that stuff in no damn Wakanda. I went too far, didn't I? That's too black. Okay. I know a lot of you like to kind of straddle the fence on blackness. Black when it depends on what kind of black you talking about. You talking about Marcus Garvey black? About Nat Turner black? Are you talking about Malcolm X black? Or you talking about Bayard Rustin black? Or Dr. King before 1967 black? See, y'all trying to pick whichever one. Black. When has black ever been comfortable under white supremacy? Oh my God, see, it went too far. A lot of us want to be comfortable in captivity. That's why you get mad when people say stuff like that. And it's cool. And I'm not here to badger. I'm just, y'all know on my page, I like to speak reality. And I don't change them in public. One thing I don't do, I don't discuss any of my topics in real life. Because why? That's why I'm here. If you guys say, type it up on here or call, or I put in a link and we can talk there. But I don't talk about it in public. Not for free. If you see me out in public, Rico, man, I want to ask what you said, man. Explain this to me, man. I would love to explain it to you for $200 cash app at that moment. It means you want to hold me up to get your feelings satisfied. And it means it's a law of business. If there's a demand, well, I'm going to try to meet the demand with the supply. If what I have to say is such a demand for you, well, you need to pay for it like you pay for everything else. So respectfully, I don't discuss anything in real life that I talk about online, because when I'm online, you have all the opportunities to connect with me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, catch my lives, or follow me, or send me a friend request on my Facebook page. In real life, I don't have these discussions for free. You see me in the mall, you see me in Kroger, you just happen to see me stroll along, because I tend to do that. They say, hey, Rico, let me ask you. No, you may not ask me. Make sure you have your cash out ready. Or Zelle. I can give you Zelle right there. I hit you with my Zelle right there in person. Okay, so black suburbanites, y'all hear what the fuck I said? Stop doing that. Stop sleeping Republican, but coming out talking Democrat. That makes you worse than Candace Owens. Now, again, go out and please vote today. Go out and vote today. Vote for whoever you want to. And regardless of who wins, we still going to be black. Now, I will tell y'all this. Should Kamala get placed in there. And I say placed in there because they've been placing her in places since the beginning. Y'all talking about our democracy, our freedom is online. But what's the goddamn democracy for a Democratic nomination, a proper Democratic nomination? Y'all look past democracy when it's convenient for you. That was supposed to have been a democratic process, but y'all were robbed of a democratic process. If I active Democrat and they had a democratic nominating process, the person I'm not even gonna tell you who I would have picked, but well, I will. The person I would have picked for them that probably would have been a great shot to go against Donald Trump, that would have been Tulsi Gabbard. But y'all lost her because now she's defected over to the Republican Party and she's thriving. I still like Tulsi Gabbard. That's the same woman that shut down Kamala Harris's campaign in 2020. Go look at that debate when she ended her campaign then in 2020. Hit her with the bare facts, got on her ass. And there's nothing she can do. So that lets me know they placed her in there, even against your will as Democrats. And so what's going to possibly happen today if they're going to place her in this office against our will. But there'll be no hard feelings. We'll just kind of move on. Because after today, after the election, guess what I have to do and you have to do? Go to work on Wednesday morning. And I do. I got a whole line of clients lined up Wednesday and Thursday, full day. Whew. So, because after this, I'm going to work out. And let me say this about people who decide to vote. See, that's another thing. Let me talk to y'all before I get to my topic. Give me a minute. People don't have to vote if they don't want to. But y'all are telling them because they don't vote. Y'all still saying this ignorant, slow, fifth grade childlike crap. Well, if you don't vote, that's a vote for Trump. That's a vote for the other side. Let me explain to you so-called grown people with degrees, or you've read books, or you're supposed to have good sense. The only vote there'll be for Trump is a vote that you cast for Trump. Sheridan, what's up, my man? Y'all had an anniversary or something up. I know, happy belated anniversary, and I think you had a birthday, and I don't know if your wife had some, but still, shout out to both of y'all, because y'all know I love y'all as well as a couple. Sheridan says, there's going to be, he says, there's going to be a lot of folks upset tomorrow, and one way or another. And then he went on to say that I think Trump is going to win. Hey, man, there's going to be some happy folks on that end. Right on. Thank you, Sharon. He said, "Love you, big brother." But look. Either way, it was like that in 2020. It was like that in 16. But all this prediction about, there's gonna be a civil war. There is not gonna be no damn civil war. People gonna be talking smart for about 2-3 days afterwards. And they got to go to work. Your senses gonna end. Ain't nobody, if anything. Black people in the inner city, they ain't gonna be going to war about this shit, because guess what they gotta do? Still survive. Those of us who we miss a paycheck or two, our ass is grass, guess what we gonna be doing tomorrow? Going to work. So y'all stop pushing this MSNBC, CNN, the CBS, NBC foolishness, and also this weird crap on social media. It's gonna be a mess. No, it's not. If anybody act a fool, it won't be nobody black. It'll be that other side, like they did, as they say that in January 6th. What about the black out there? Maybe 5 people that was black. But that ain't what we do. If we haven't acted a fool in this country about anything since the slave revolts in the 1800s, what the fuck you think we gonna act a fool about politics? Stop doing it. Stop making us more powerful than we are. We don't act out and stuff like that. I don't think that's when a white cop kills a black kid. And then the news puts that up. Get out of here. The stuff we need to act a fool about and tear shit up about, we don't. You know how them gang members in neighborhoods and shooting up? And Sheridan says white people can up and not get fired. It's the truth. In a lot of cases. And so I live in reality. And I don't be tripping about all this food. So, but I want to say to those who decide not to vote, it's okay. Because I've not voted in quite a few elections and stuff. I don't care. And then go to the other side. When you don't vote, that means to vote to anyone. Mr. Sheridan said they tend to lawyer up, and we tend not to do so because we're not unified. We don't run to each other's rescue, Sheridan. That's why we don't lawyer up, because we got plenty of black lawyers, plenty of them out there. They don't do anything to help the race, just themselves as individuals. I said we got all these black lawyers that graduate from these white schools and HBCUs, and we still haven't moved any further. The man got no, what's the man, Marshall, Thurgood Marshall. We won't have any of those lawyers. All these old, You little weak-hearted attorneys that's coming out these HBCUs and these white schools. They're not Thurgood Marshall. They don't fight for black folks. And the only one is out there, he's an ambulance chaser, that damn Ben Crump. But let's move on. Again, to say to folks who are not voting, it's okay. You don't have to. It's more than okay. You don't have to. Because when they say our ancestors died for, no, I think our ancestors died for the right to be free from slavery. That's what I think our ancestors died. That right to vote shit came on later on. They wanted the right. They died. They fought and died for the right not to be slaves under slavery. They came on out the best they could, and you know, just like even today, those who led an insurrection on the plantation, well, it was a plantation appointee that snitched them out, or one of these little sorry lily-livered blacks. Now, wait a minute, now it's good here. Where's we gonna go? And that's how black Democrats sound when they run into a black Democrat, male or female. I'm not voting Democrat, and they come at you like, ah, who's gonna be better? What is we gonna do? If you don't vote for Democrat, where is you gonna go? I mean, that's how they come at you. And they have no logic conversation. But, so feel free, that's your right. And people who died, people who were attacked for trying to get the right to vote, I understand what it means too. But why y'all have to shove that down our throats every time there's an election? Because you want a Democrat to be voted for. Did y'all ever notice that? Don't know. Independents don't say that when they're out there campaigning. Republicans don't say that when they're out there campaigning. They don't say, you know, the Irish and the Jews died in Auschwitz for you the right to vote. They don't say that. We're the only ones that try to get shamed into voting. I'm getting closer to my topic by saying this. You know, feel free to sit this one out if you want to. Don't let anybody shame you or insult you or attack you because you decided to use your right. Because your right to vote was a right for everybody to use how they please, I guess. But also, as black people, we have to learn to use our vote strategically. Did you hear me, Facebook? Sheridan said, listen, black folks don't want to sacrifice their own personal gain. No, the village will not support them like before because they're scared to lose what little bit they have and have been given by others. Whoa. He's right. It's amazing. We have a lot of power as black people in this country, but our brains are so messed up. That's why I keep trying to get y'all to read. Our brains are so compromised. We bought into this separatism within the race. And I blame three groups for this. I'm on their ass again. And it's not all, but y'all understand, you're gonna understand how this works. So we've always had these folks, these Stephen from Django's, and these Uncle Ruckuses disguised. You know, they're well dressed now. And they have the good jobs, and they're politicians now. But they're the Uncle Ruxes and the Stephen Django. They just very articulate now. But these are the ones who don't want to see black progress. They're part of this the elite. They call themselves the elite class of blacks, boulets, black Greeks, and these compromised black gays. Three goals was jobs, and interracial sex. That's all they wanted they wanted positions on the plantation. These groups of blacks never, three groups of blacks never for autonomy. They didn't back Malcolm X. They fought against Marcus Garvey. They fought against Elijah Muhammad. They fought against Chairman Fred Hampton and the Black Panthers. These three groups of blacks always fought against those who were about revolution. They went the easy route. They figured that maybe we can change the white man's heart and let him beat our ass and let him blow up our little girls and let him maybe change his heart. That's the route they want because they want to still be sympathized by the white majority. Because, you know, we could have got voting rights in another way because nobody wants to die. That's how, you know, that's how it works. Y'all don't think any other race wants to live? Y'all think y'all are the ones threatened with death? They don't like to be threatened with death. Nobody wants to die. But one thing about the beginning whites, they understood. In order for this thing to maintain, some of us got to go. Not taken out, but go ahead and literally give our lives for freedom. John Henry said, give me liberty again. White man said that. He understood it. These Negroes like, well, you know, we're going to let the Lord handle it. We're going to put it in God. And why they James Brown said, why they live on their knees, but they get a few crumbs and get a bottle of water here and there, and they're fine. That's what we've been reduced to in this race. Foundation of Black Americans. As Sophia said in the movie Color Purple, when they were sitting around the table, she was rocking, and she finally opened her eye up and started talking. You know, I was down there sat in Rodney jail. You can't leave, you can't move, and you want to sing and have it beat at you. That is what's happened to Black Americans. We've had our spirit, our will to live beat out of us, and so we talk like that. You know, when you start talking like Malcolm X, talking like Nat Turner, and some old blacks, or even some young ones who've been trained, they'll say like the old slaves used to say to those who say, we need to get away from this old master. They used to say, hush your mouth. Don't talk like that. Don't you say that now. And they talk like that. I mean, the language has become a little more sophisticated. So, I have to do better. That's why I always push reading. Please read what Carter G. Woodson wrote. And read the Willie Lynch letter. Just two simple texts. And other books that help us get back intellectually and mentally, psychologically, get back to who we once were, that drove us into doing for ourselves. What drove us in the beginning was we had that boot on our necks, and this country wasn't even hardly letting Black people breathe. So they understood I got to build my own Rosewood. I got to build my own Black Wall Street. We got to build my own Harlem Renaissance. Black folks came together and built their own. Even to the jealousy, there came into the jealousy of the dominant society, they came and sabotaged it, for the lack of better words. But now we're afraid to build because we're living on that old fear. Well, if we build, they gonna come take it. Why? If you defend it, they can't. So when they come to take it, you don't intellectually, psychologically pick up arms, or you don't physically pick arms to defend what you built. That doesn't make any sense. If you defend it, they can't come take it. Come on, somebody. I'm going to let that y'all process, marinate. But we won't even try to build it. And again, I'll keep saying, if you want a copy of the Willie Lynch letter, I have a good copy. Hit your boy with the $5 cash. Please put your email address, and I'll email it to you. The Cash App is in the description box. The Cash App is on Facebook, and the title of this election day address. So let me get to this D.L. Hughley summit he held together of Black men on on BET. And y'all have y'all been paying attention how all the celebrities came out. And DNC spent about $700 million, probably $1 billion, both sides on campaigning. And all these celebrities that came out, they paid them. And some people connected to the Diddy trial and all that stuff. But yeah, it might not be here for that. But I'm just saying it's very interesting that the Democratic Party, they love to bring out celebrities to court the votes, particularly the Black vote. Even the degenerate celebrities, like all these rappers and these degenerate singers and these degenerate actors and actresses, to come out and just say stuff. Again, they never push policy and intelligent conversation to Black voters. They always push entertainment and buck dancing and cooning and stereotypes. Never do it. And locally, in my hometown, Memphis, Tennessee, they do the same thing. They thought, but Memphis being in the South Bible Belt, they pushed a lot of Jesus and what would God do and all this kind of fools. What Jesus said. And in Dallas, out here where I am, they do this to these black voters, chitlin, circuit, coon, rapping, dancing, and praying, all of that. They don't ever talk about policy the way they're saying talk about policy with other racial and ethnic groups. I'll debate anybody on it, but not for free in person. Not for free. So this year, when I talked about like 25 minutes ago, how this is so different, they started in on Black men in 2016. It increased in 2020, but it's hit its zenith I don't think it's going to end. Really going in. And so, since they couldn't change our insulting us, telling us we're stupid and we don't know what we're doing when we decided to leave the Denver plantation, so this year they came up with something different. They came up with accusing black men of being sexist and misogynistic because we decided not to vote for this candidate. She happens to be someone they put in, a woman. And then also, since the intelligent of us beat down the lie is black, we proved them over and over again. Shout out to all my brothers in social media who are on it, because the mainstream media wouldn't do it. So if I thank God for anything, or many things I thank God for, I thank God for the internet. Because that's black men actually have a voice. Because ABC, CBS, NBC, what else? CBS, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, they're not going to give heterosexual, masculine black men a voice. They though, y'all know what I'm talking about. And my Fred Sanford hand, those guys' voices that talk down to black people. You'll never give no brothers who be on it, be talking about it, really educating our people, really talking. They're not gonna give us those platforms. So we survive through, we thrive through social media, be it YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Now you have what's that? Twitter, or X as they want to call it, and we're on Rumble and shit. And what's that other one? Twitch. Oh, it's all over. What's it called? Twitch? Yeah, something like that. Twitch. I'm sorry, Twitch. So we're all over getting our voices heard, the voices that they're not allowed to be heard in mainstream media. So, having said that, they allow all of the bootlicks and the sellout and the compromised black men to get all over these national platforms to talk down on black men, heterosexual, masculine black men. Specifically, the free-thinking black men like me who decided they're not going to vote Democrat. More important, not voting for Kamala Harris. And so they weaponize these words, sexism and misogyny. Black men who decided not to vote for Kamala Harris, as if sexism and misogyny is not capable of someone who vote is not capable of being prevalent amongst people who vote amongst black men who Kamala Harris, or Enohoff. Something. So they're trying to shame us again, and it brought in celebrities. And then, I'm telling you, they're bringing all the degenerate celebrities. D.L. Hughley, please. Let me tell you just a quick thing about this. He's the of it of all things. Now, let me put a pin in that. The only black man that was able to bring black men together for the purpose of for all black people, black men, black women, black families, black culture, the race, was Minister Farrakhan and the Million Man March. People had their complaints about it, disagreements. I have a couple myself. But one thing about it, he had the power to bring all black men together. I'm talking about affiliated, and we were all there, all 2.5 million of us. But D.L. Hughley can't even bring enough black men to fill up an improv, which seats about 150, 200, 200, 300 people at max, 250 people. He can't bring that many black men together because it's full of crap. And this the same man. According to him, these are his words, didn't believe his daughter when a family friend was number 2. Had a baby outside his wife. And the poor little baby found himself becoming unalived by the outside girlfriend's boyfriend. These are what he said. This is what he said on radio show, on Sway, on that show Sway. He said on his own radio show. I'm just repeating what he said, what he admitted. So what makes you D.L. Hughley? And then don't forget this, D.L. Hughley. That Russian Jew, Vlad, talked so much shit about Minister Farrakhan, lied on him, disrespected him. You still continue to go on his show and do those interviews with that gang member bandana around your neck and them black shades on, like you one of them Hollywood white female celebrities. What's her name? Can't remember her name right now. With the dark shades, Jackie O, or another one. Captain Hepburn, one of them. On that little racist. Got all these black dudes that's doing content successful cast, but you keep going to that white boy who talks so disrespectfully about the black community and just sets these little ignorant gang black rappers up every these FBI questions. But you continue to go on there and speak disparaging about other blacks with this dude, DL. Another thing, Omarosa appeared on your show, DL Hughley. You talked like she was a dog because she worked for Donald Trump. But then you didn't want to have Nikki Haley on your show. Ramra, whatever her name is, the Indian name is. And you said the reason that you didn't want to have her on your show, DL, because you're like, I don't want nobody to get on here lying. You know she gonna lie. Wait a minute, DL. I'm supposed to have everybody on there. So why did you have the black woman on there who you say that this summit was about protecting black women, but you dogged this black woman out because she worked for Donald Trump? But the white woman, you told her, in essence, don't come on here because I know if I get on your ass, these folks gonna have me out of a job. Don't pay attention to these bought off bootlicks. They know who to talk to. It is usually you, black folks. There's very minimum penalty for talking crazy black folks. And on a white produced, so-called black formatted platform. Y'all pay attention to how these so-called well-dressed, well-educated blacks got so much smoke for black folks, especially in election time, and black men. But these same ones are trying to get, Roland Martin, you listening? Still begging these white corporations, y'all need to spend money with us. We the black media. Y'all need to spend money with us. Why Roland Martin? You don't take care of yourself. They want to spend money, they'll call you. You don't try to shame them into do it. That's that old civil rights crap. Try to shame these white folks and their racism to get them to favor. Y'all get into what I'm talking about now, how these boulets and black Greeks in these positions, they try to shame white corporations. Niecy Lord said DL only has a GED. I understand. They try to shame the white corporations for their own personal benefit, their own paycheck. Don't shame them because of us. No, what's been done to us. They use our pain to get paid. That's right. I said it. I'll debate anybody. Not for free. So D.L. Hughley gonna try to hold Black Men Summit. Then he gonna have all these deplorable, degenerate Negroes on stage. That shit is crazy. Have all these deplorable has-beens on the stage. Him, Jermaine Dupri, dressed like a 4-year-old white girl with bobby socks on. A degenerate in the rap business. You have Michael Ealy. Michael Ealy, I was cool with you, bro. But you gonna get on there. Obviously, you were paid too. I guess they figure your voice is something worth hearing. Black men don't care about Michael Ealy like that. Michael Ealy tries to appeal. He appeals to black women. Michael Ealy doesn't appeal to us as black men. Number two, he trying to make up to black women for marrying that non-black woman after all these black women been all in his face for decades. But he picked him a non-black woman. Oh, but he love who you love. They had, who else on there? Some other little nothings. Then you had this representative out of Tennessee, Justin Pearson. With that, he finally put some shape to his afro. And I went on his little ass on the next one. We're gonna do it again in case those of you missed it. Now, when he first on the scene, he was doing environmental work. No, let's go back. But environmental work in Memphis, out in South Memphis, on President's Island and all that, which is great. Because we need the environment protected, we need the water protected. So he was doing really well. He was like with another person who's now become city councilwoman, Pearl Walker and others. Shout out to my girl, Pearl. He lending his voice on his way in to the black community. But if you go and look at those old videos that came about, he was nothing like this. These Democratic blacks are shapeshifters. Harris. They don't really just fool with black folks like that, but black people are a step up to a lot of success. Yeah. So he in his old college, some private white school in far east Tennessee, private now. One of the only few black kids that were there. He was running for this. A video showed that he was running for like SGA president, and his voice was a lot different than what it is now. Hi, I want us to all be inclusive, and if you vote for me, we can have an inclusive president. And no, that's how he was talking to those white kids. That's his voice. Then, then it comes to Memphis. Then it comes to Memphis. Sorry about that, y'all. Then it comes to Memphis. He starts doing work in Memphis and all of that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if he's from Memphis. I think he's originally from Memphis, but he comes back home. And then he decides he wants to run, get into politics and run for this seat that was held by this elderly lady. Elderly, her name was Barbara Cooper, and I loved her. She was a really sweet old lady. But she should not have been in that seat for so long. When she ran for the seat, I think she was 60, 65 or 70 or something like that. She recently passed away in her 80s, still holding that seat. Um, and so he got in that little special election and won. Then when he got there, the first thing he just hopped on was gun rights. Now the district he represents is one of these regular poll broke down black districts out of Memphis. He went up there talking about some goddamn gun rights. And we tell y'all why he and many other Democrats, young, black, or old, who wants to move themselves up in the Democratic Party and get on all the liberal media as being the wonder boy or the wonder girl of the party, you start attacking issues that you know you can't win. But it makes for a lot of hoopla. Y'all hear what I just said? Gun rights is an issue that they all go straight for the NRA. And I told y'all, for me, it's not people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. But they ignore that and go straight for we need to get these guns off. But there's an equal argument on each side. I've heard, and I some of it, but for the most part, those aren't the issues in that district that he represents. He got his ass up there and got kicked out because he wanted to push and parade and protest up there. Nothing mainly white folks out of Nashville. He jumped on that opportunity to really hammer it down when those kids in that private white school or that white school were murdered, and blessings to their families and all of that by the shooter there in Nashville. Go look up the story. Came through and shot those kids. And so the whites in Nashville and others were in an uproar about why these guns removed. So he jumped on that. And he was talking about that and made it a big deal. They suspended him out of the house and they made a big deal. He got liberal talk shows and all of this. Yeah, Justin, go, Justin. And so, but one thing he didn't mention, and the media barely touched it, they talked. He, in his yelling about gun rights and the safety of children, he never mentioned that the shooter was a trans person. Isn't that something? He never mentioned that. Never mentioned it. Yeah, the shenanigans. Because had it been somebody else jumped on it. I mean, to get these racist white supremacists off, who to get them, they got these guns, but it was a trans. He kept mum on that word. Y'all pay attention to how these people play games in the Democratic Party. So he goes out and he wins again, but now all he talks about, he goes to Democratic nomination, make this speech, then he gets his ass out there and out in the state house in Tennessee and talks about these issues. But what he's vocal about, what he's pushing was very vocal. He hold on one second. What would Jesus do? He would flip the table on anyone pushing the immorality of the Democratic Party or Republican, right? So he's hammering this, and what he's always talking about, you Democratic folks in Black Memphis who love it, now this 30-year-old grown man, he's always talking about issues that are not prevalent in his broke, poor, shithole district. Not the people there, but the issues, but the conditions of District 8. He's always talking about, well, we want to be in America. For black folks, and we want to talk about this sexism, this racism, this misogyny, this transphobia, homophobia, xenophobia. Those are his main issues. Go to this district, if you were to ask anybody black in that district, so how does xenophobia impact your life here? How does homophobia impact your life here in District 86? How does transphobia impact you here in District 86? I've loved the responses. I may do that one of these days I'm at home, when I go home and visit. go visit districts and go door to door and says, hey, is transphobia a problem in your life or an issue served as a barrier for you in your life? Has homophobia been served as a barrier for economic plight here in District 86? Has xenophobia played a part? I would love to ask those black folks there who are barely making it there. There's no economic development or infrastructure in that district. No money flowing. But he wants to keep his ass on national cameras talking about xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, agoraphobia, arachnophobia. But you know he doesn't talk about black melophobia. I mean, I have a t-shirt that says black melophobia. He doesn't talk about that. Y'all pay attention, y'all little Democratic politicians. Then he gets his ass, uh, then he gets his ass on. He said, the Congressional Black Caucus, I gotta go, Niecy Lloyd. That's right. That's another one. Oh, God. On the Black Male Summit talking about this is black men's time. Now we already made it our time, Justin. You ain't see us? We left the plantation. It's been time, not because you and the other boule and closeted whatevers and weirdos. You will need you to tell us it's our time, young boy. To the youngsters out there, I'm just talking to Justin. We don't need you to tell. We already know it's our time, just our time before you. Before this election, Justin and DL and anybody, Roland and anybody else who's at that summit with that weird crap. Heterosexual, masculine, free-thinking black men calling us sexist and misogynistic and falsely accusing us of not wanting to vote for her because she's a woman. That's that stuff that big-eared, bony-ass, sorry-ass, biracial bastard Obama put out. So issue with the brothers. The brothers? Get your ass back to Martha's Vineyard and continue to get bossed around by your husband, your wife, whatever your life partner is. Get back to Martha's Vineyard and your white comfort. The brothers. Oh, God. Y'all don't understand how the nerve of these people. Oh, damn. Niecy Lloyd said every black district represented are total dumps. Justin is a hustler. Yes, he is. You know, nothing, brother. I'm just calling out his strategy. It's the same strategy that young black and biracial Democrats use to hustle and swindle mainly the women. Because the women pretty much run the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party only caters to the women. That's why the fuck we here? Women and gays and children. And liberal whites. That's all. They don't cater to heterosexual, masculine, free-thinking black men. They don't. And they know it. But since you don't want to meet us and talk to us like intelligent human beings, Democratic Party, you rather label us misogynistic and sexist because we won't vote for a woman who lied about her race and lied about everything else. Shout out to Candace Owens. And go back to D.L. Hughley. You dogged out on Marissa. And so the whole thing about protecting black women, well, that's one of the themes of the dumbass summit. Protecting black women. What do you mean? And I bet half the dudes in there got a baby mama or two about some protecting black. About protect black children. Why the fuck y'all always talking about protect some grown ass women when the children are the ones fucking suffering? Why protect black children? Make sure they have a father. Make sure they don't grow up in no ghetto. Make sure they don't grow up around gang members and you know they didn't address none of that. Isn't it interesting that these black men can come together to attack free-thinking, heterosexual, masculine black men? I won't vote for this, as my girl Pink Book Lessons on YouTube says, this black cosplaying Indian Irish woman, Asian woman, lied. And lied about everything. And all she talking about, well, I grew up in the suburbs, and there's a woman up there, she's like my second, but okay. Okay. You know, who the fuck? Y'all really think we slow? No, voting is big business. Voting is serious business. And those of us who matter what we left the damn plantation. It's about business. And whoever, it doesn't matter who wins today, tonight, or tomorrow. We still have to be about our business as black men, as black women. And shout out to the black women who also left the Democratic plantation. Shout out. Continue. And may your votes reflect it today. Because it had to stop. So that stuff doesn't work on us. It was a weak effort And I mean, you got Ricky Smiley, buck tooth funk ass Steve Harvey, he didn't buck dancing, all these buck dancing black celebrities. They all attacking heterosexual, masculine, free thinking black men. Y'all come on, man. Y'all can't see this? And ladies, these are the men you should be pursuing for mains and probably be your husband. Because if you're a man that voted for Kamala Harris, I am looking at you sideways. You got to be out your damn mind. But again, vote for who you want, just saying. Because I'm trying to see what the appeal is. But anyway, it was a disaster. You didn't, and it's interesting. Black men like me are rarely in those audiences because I think I would have showed out. I would ask them some questions. Wait a minute. Hey, Ben Crump, what you talking about? It's just amazing. Justin, you full of shit. Ain't nothing's coming. You don't fight for anything to actually help that poor black, and none of them do. And I'm gonna go back to the black suburbans and these black so-called black elites and boule and black fraternity folks. All but too many. Y'all around here trying to fight for being captivity instead of continuing the legacy of Nat Turner, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. Y'all like to quote these revolutionaries, but you don't want this. Yeah, y'all articulate, you read, you've gotten educated. You can see, so have I. But when I got my college degree, I didn't think I was better than my racial group. I know there's some behaviors that I don't agree with, but even in my ivory tower, I want to do stuff that would better them, not try to just better myself. Maybe that's my Aquarius way. Maybe if I was born Aquarius, I'd probably be more economically successful than worried about my own ass. I can't Aquarius, you know what I'm talking about. We want to see everybody make it. And whatever we have, we tend to just give it. I've given free game over the years in my field as a social worker and counselor. Giving away, even just stuff, inspire. I just try to inspire. Go do it. Try this. This is within you. Do this. I have, and it's cool. I get it. But I don't like these folks coming out of your literal ivory towers in your white suburbs trying to tell black folks they need to keep voting for their own destruction. Then you got these politicians that's supposed to be for black folks. They go in there and get inside drinking with the enemy, and they look at you like you crazy. All these Democrats, they got second and third homes in other countries, in other parts of this country, and outside the country. They live a beautiful life off of your vote. I don't have a problem with anybody making a living. But if you're talking about, if you vote for me, I'm going to do this for you. We're going to stop the racism. We're going to attack racist. Your lifestyle has changed, Democratic black, elected official. But the people who voted for you lives are still shit. That's the problem I have one of the main problems I have with the Democratic Party. And Nisi mentioned the Congressional Black Caucus. They ain't no but gays and boules and black Greeks. They have not been effective since they were created. Why do we have a Congressional Black Caucus? If you're a Republican, they won't let you in. If you black and Republican, they won't let you in the fray. So that's bullshit too. Need to get some more black men and women who are independent and go in there and challenge that Congressional Black Caucus. I'm telling y'all I'm about to change my line of work. Like shit, I get elected Congress, say if I get elected to District 9 in Memphis, my hometown, and my district, the first thing I'm gonna knock on the Congressional Black Caucus, hey, I'm an independent with a conservative twist. I want to be a part of this. And I want to be in on the meetings too. And then I'll get to tell y'all what they're not doing. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is say, hey, can we use this powerful platform, this body of people? Can we push reparations on some of these bills? That's the first thing I do. Because time has passed, and none of those folks, there was the D.L. Hughley's BET Black Men Summit, none of them will push reparations. None of them. They're all lames. It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And D.L. Hughley, sit your ass down. Just do that little weak ass show you got. Complain and bitch and moan, trying to ease your guilt about all the horrible things you've done in your marriage and in your life. That's what. So you're lashing out at others because of your own personal choices. Somebody said we need more Marion Barrys. In a sense, yeah, without the correct use and all the misbehavior, but yeah, Marion Barry had him. He did transform DC as mayor. He was the man, and he should be honored. And guess what? He came from Memphis. He had to leave Memphis to become that real black. Because in Memphis, I don't think you're allowed to be that kind of black. They'll try that because black folks don't like you to sound like Malcolm X. They don't. They need you to sound, have got to deal with scripture. That's right. He sure know the Lord. He know God. That's a shame. But anyway, y'all, go out and vote. And I'm gonna close this out because I'm finna go hit the gym. What time is it? Yeah, I gotta go hit the gym and work out some of the energy. And I'll be ready for my birthday month in January and beyond. As you get older, you have to work out. I'm still battling with this bulge here. Don't care for it, but also I'm fair to myself. Yeah, I still eat sweets every once in a while. I still eat burgers, hot dogs, and I know it. But that's why I try to at least do. I do at least 150 push-ups a day. Uh, that's what I do. I swear I do. I might miss a couple of days, but I make up for it. But I try. I don't go to the gym, whatever. I try to at least do the push-ups. Now, if I can get in liking sit-ups, I'll have a chance at this. But also, as people who are fitness gurus or people who work out, they tell you that the actual battle of the bulge right here it starts in the kitchen, and I'm gonna have to do better in the kitchen. So that's my weakness now. I'm trying to stay away from the sweets, and cakes, pies, little candy here and there. Fried foods, I'm doing better at walking past Popeye. I've done a lot. Last 2 weeks, I have not had any. Even wings, I have to be careful of those. The stuff I like, good hot wings and a brew, and you can have what you want, I guess, but you got to have an exercise regimen, and so it's the kitchen. So I'm working on it. Hopefully, I'll see a difference in January of this year. 90-day fit, see what I look like if I'm consistent. I'm not trying to get bulky and all that, but it would be great if I had a Michael B. Jordan's body but for my height and weight. I'm 5'5", 155, so I don't need to be swole all over. I can't. That's not my goal. I'm just trying to be fit with a few abs and no chest doing this thing. I'll have to have a AK guns, but I'll take 38. I'll take a 38. Thank you. He said, God bless you, my brother. Thank you, Sheridan. You too, man, and your family. Please hug that little baby for me. My goodness. And and y'all warm up there in Alaska, man, because that was a hell of a move. Y'all keep warm. Y'all get those comforters near and dear to your hearts and to your beds. My goodness. Um, and again, share, subscribe. My Cash App and all this stuff is in the description box on YouTube and on Facebook. Look, uh, if you like a copy of my Willie Lynch letter, Cash App, $Rico, the opinion is $5. Please leave me an email address. What else? I said, if you like a copy of the article that comes with this shirt, I don't qualify to be a Democrat. If you like a newsletter that comes with this shirt, you see how I can be reached right here. Yeah, I'm on all social media platforms. $5 Cash App or Zelle. It's also here and how you can reach me. If you want me to send a Zelle QR code to you, hit me. I'll send it to you. I think in Instagram, Insta message, or message or what have you. But anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Go out and vote. If you don't want to vote, that's fine. And tomorrow, let's figure out a way how we can apologize to each other. But I don't think some of y'all can stay gone. I'll tell you this: if I blocked you off my page, you can stay blocked in real life because you really said some ugly stuff. It's unforgivable, and I don't give a for no reason at all because of me telling the truth about Kamala. You didn't like that. Instead of just hit me with actual facts, you want to attack me emotionally and personally. If I blocked you, you can stay blocked. Because I don't block people like that. I want to hear your side. But if you get all personal, start digging in and acting a fool, you can go. You can. Anybody, anyone else I don't know you, whatever, we just had this, there was a disagreement or we had a really pleasant disagreement, you still good. Because you ain't been blocked, so, or banned, so you're good. But in our families, there are people who disowned, I've been checking out social media, people disown husbands, disown brothers, they've disowned sisters, cousins, they've disowned people because they decided not to vote Democrat. I mean, in an ugly way. And that's stupid. You gonna disown your family because of political? But one thing D.L. Hughley and their Black Men Summit did not come together. I'm gonna end on this. I knew I was going, but this came to my mind. See, all these folks are attacking heterosexual, masculine black men, free thinking black men, and the women who are rolling their eyes at us. It's interesting how we love to all the folks who talking shit to us. You know what they don't? They don't come together. Roland Martin and his black men for Kamala Harris and the AKAs Kamala and all the Divine Nine for Kamala. You know what they have not ever come together as a group do? They never came together as a group to raise $2.6 million to get hospitals for black women who are being discriminated against. They believe, or who white doctors don't believe their pain over white women. They've never come together to build hospitals. Raised $2.6 million for a cosplaying Indian Irish woman who has a history of hitting on black men, who married a white man. But if a black man marries a white woman, all hell breaks loose. Get out of here. But it's okay. She's a Democrat, so she can date interracial as he can date interracially as he wants because he's a Democrat. In that. But so the Black Greeks, can y'all come together? Roland Martin get black men for black boys and raise $2 million to build institutes that'll protect black boys and black women, sororities. Can y'all come together to get on a phone call to 45 y'all to raise $1.3 million to build hospitals, to much needed hospitals, and begin the process of hiring doctors for black women who used to discriminate against and is by white doctors and others believe black women? Can y'all do that? D.L. Hughley and your your Black Man Summit. Can all of y'all that was in that attendance and all of you who agree with that madness, can y'all come together and form a summit to go head first at these gang members who are ravaging black neighborhoods, these pistol shooting little bastards who are robbing black women in broad daylight, and these rappers? Well, you had Jermaine Dupri, so obviously y'all okay with the rap music. But go ahead and use your legal being crump to go after these folks who are attacking black people in these black communities. Can I get y'all to do that, man? Cause see, I know as we like to go after the easy stuff. These black upper class and elite black, they like to go after the easy targets. See, Malcolm X went after the hard targets. Nat Turner went after the hard targets. Marcus Garvey went after the targets. Harriet, hard targets. But you soft, elite, boule, upper class blacks, y'all like pick the soft targets. See, it's easy to talk crazy to me. I ain't got no arm, I ain't got no money to back me up. It's easy, but y'all don't go after the folks who really getting in our ass. And like Donald Trump referred to as the enemy within. You know who our enemy within? Those who kill other blacks. Those who get elected and cheat other blacks. Those who pretend they don't see the other things that's happening to other blacks. You're the enemy within. Those who get profit off of our pain as a race in this country. You're the enemy within. But it's nothing new. You've always been the enemy within. Masquerader, you get a chance to cosplay, you use your blackness when it's convenient. But all the time, you don't want no part of actual blackness. You will sit back and make yourself feel above the ratchet. That's why y'all join white liberals in corporate America to promote ratchet and thug and thought. You know, millions and billions of dollars to ratchet, thug, and thought. That when y'all get elected to political office, y'all present ratchet, thug, and thought to black voters, to the black community. Yeah, I see all of that. That's what y'all do. But go after the people now. Go after those very folks who are making it hard for black children to walk to school without trying to make them join a gang or them put drugs on them or do shootouts in front of the kids. Let me see you attack them. Call them out. Call out Bloods and all these various names of gangs in these black neighborhoods. Get your gangs out. Get your Greek blood. Get the Divine Nine. Go out there. Show your power. Show them your power. Tell them y'all know more. But you're not going to do that because that takes real work. See, we can, y'all sit around, we can talk about Malcolm X's quote, but y'all don't want that wild Malcolm X smoke. You can talk about Dr. King, we shall overcome, and well, one day, just man by his character, by the color of his skin, y'all can push all of that. But y'all want to push the last 2 years of Dr. King. He was a member of Alpha Phi Alpha and probably Boule as well. Dr. King pushed reparations and economics in 1967 and 1968. Really late 1960s. Y'all know that famous interview he did with NBC where he talked about bootstraps and how you telling the black man to pull himself by the bootstrap when he never had any boots in the first place. You money to all these immigrants and all that. He was talking about that then. How come y'all never pushed that to King, Black D.L. Hughley, Black Men Summit, Black Divine Nine? How come y'all don't push that Dr. King? Uh-huh. I know why. I understand. Y'all on the payroll. But I digress. Again, if you want to copy the article that explains this, if you'd like a copy of my black book list, I'll throw that in as a copy of Willie Lynch. $5, hit the Cash App, either one. If you want all three of them, send $15, send you all three. Cash App is in the description box. It's on the Facebook title here. And please send me an email address so I can forward it to you, whatever you ask for. Thank y'all so much. I'm finna hit the gym. Y'all go out and vote. Not like your life depending on you. Stop all the other drama. And this is not the most important election of our lives. It is not. It's just like any other. Because as long as you're black in America, every day is the most important day of our lives, regardless of who the fuck in office. Pay attention to these local elections. Independent is the way we need to go after this day moving forward. Black men and the sisters who are with us after leaving the Democratic plantation. Y'all be cool. Hold on a minute to Facebook. Thank y'all so much. Y'all share this live. I'll talk to y'all in the future. Peace. Young hearts burn free. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all, YouTube. I'll talk to y'all. Appreciate you. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all so much. Those of you who subscribed on yesterday, thank you so much. If I can get 10 per live, we'll make 1,200, 1,500 subscribers. That's what I'm trying to get to. Or make one of these videos go viral so I can go and get that work. Because we're going to talk to each other, damn it. And one of these days we get to meet each other and have conversations in real life. But thank you, YouTube. I love you. Talk to y'all later. Peace.